What's good? Hope everybody doing well. Today I'm gonna walk y'all through a simple, dummy-proof system to get yourself a nice mid-taper. Now I will say, it is definitely all preference, but I prefer to start with the back and I start debulking with my tool guard. Not really aiming to cut any curls, we're just trying to blend the taper with the hair on top. With my gold effects, I set my first guideline. I make sure it's just under the ear. One thing to really look out for is to make sure it's under the occipital bone, to make sure it's not exposed, and that will create a better back taper. And I did receive one of my Amazon orders mid haircut, and it's the FX3 shavers, and I'm actually going to be testing it out on this client right here. I really like the color on this one. I feel like the red looks really good. It comes with a charger, comes with a little case where you can put it in. We'll get back to that later. Using my clipper with no guard with the lever open, I set in my second guideline and really go about half an inch. Now with my one guard, I go up about another half inch, and this is where we're gonna start to understand the process. Basically set all my guidelines and then I go back to eliminate the lines. The next guard I'm going to use is the 1.5, which is going to blend in the one guard with the two guard. I start this process with my lever open and I gradually close it. Again, same thing with the zero guard. I gradually close my lever as I go, get a nice blend, and that's when I move on to no guard, lever closed, and then I open it up slightly to go a little bit above if I feel like the graduation is not correct. It's really all about understanding and knowing what you're seeing, how to remove this line, what did you set this line with. It's really all about understanding what fitting system you're using. Here I'm going on with the sides. I comb it out a little bit and basically do the same thing. I use my tool guard. I start debulking a little bit. The main difference you're going to see is that with the side of the taper, we can really only use the corner of the blades, and what I mean by that is that we're going to use the corner teeth of the blade to set in guidelines or even to remove guidelines. Your first guideline is really the most important, so I really make sure it's nice, and I basically set it at where the back of your ear would be. You want it clean shaven, so I'm just going to be shaving the sideburns and under, and that's where I'm also going to test out my foil shavers. Honestly, they cut really fast, they cut really good, they cut really close. I actually really like those. No guard lever open, I go up about another half inch to create my second guideline. You can obviously expect the one guard to follow up, and we're just gonna go about another half inch. You really want to leave enough space so that we can go with the 1.5 guard and blend in the line that's in between the one guard and the two guard. One thing that's really important is to keep consistent strokes, so you don't want to be too gentle sometimes and then pressing too hard sometimes. No, just keep the right tension all the time. Same concept, I got my 1.5 guard and I'm just going to go, I start with it open and then I close it gradually to create a nice blend with the afro and the taper. Also, just take your time, make sure you get your comb down the hairs every single time to make sure that every single hairs are being cut. Since the middle line is actually the hardest line to remove, I'm going to soften it up with my one guard lever closed, and then I'm going to go behind that with my zero guard. I go halfway and then I close it as needed. Also, if you're wondering which guards I'm using, I mainly use the babless ones, but I also do like the wall guard when it comes to that zero guard because it actually cuts a lot closer. Now I'm just playing with my lever, going with the closed, and then as I go up, I gradually open my lever to blend in that bottom line that we created with the trimmers. For the C-cups, I basically start at the hooks and then I make my way to the top. But after that, I start at the bottom of the neckline and make my way around the ear. You're gonna see me lift some hair up, you're gonna see me pin his ear down. That's just what you gotta do to get behind that ear and make sure you don't cut them if your clippers are too sharp. Now back to the shavers, I gotta admit they do a really good job. They really ensure that all those little hairs are gone and they get it nice and bald. Again, he wanted a clean shave, so we get that mustache out the way and everything. Now for the lineup, I gotta say this, it's all about your lineup prep. You gotta make sure you're using a hairspray. You gotta make sure that you knock the hair down properly, that the hair is nicely combed down, and once the hair is nice and frozen in place, that's when you want to go ahead and start your lineup. So very important things is that you need to be in the middle, you need to be in the center so that you can see if the hairline is nice and symmetrical. Make sure his eyes and your eyes align so that you're not seeing it from the top view, because sometimes from the top view it might look like it's straight and then you lift his head up and it's crooked. You can use your mirror to always check if the hairline is nice and straight, and then I also use the eyebrows as a reference point, because the eyebrows will let you know if both the vertical bars end at the same place. But yeah, that's basically the haircut. I just went at the end and finished them up nice with a straight razor just to get it nice and sharp. Was pretty happy with the results. He also wanted to style his hair at the end, so you see me going with some sponge action. I think it turned out nice. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what kind of videos you guys are trying to see. This is my first actual video. But yeah, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. We out. Peace.
At this point, madam, je vous dis arrêtez de jouer. Why is y'all going out to all these barbers? I'm gonna tell you, they're not all that. But this LB, bro.